You just can't get any fresher than Pick Your Own. We're talking about berries with Devon Whitney Deal. She's the Local Hero Member Services Coordinator with CISA, and she joins us now to talk about berry picking and preserving.
I do. It's so exciting because we have passed strawberry season. Last time I was on, we talked a little bit about that. We're now into blueberries and just starting on the raspberry front. I grow raspberries myself, and those are from my garden up front there. I picked them yesterday morning so I could bring them on for you. So people will be able to get those soon too.
Yes, they will. We can look forward to that. So mark your calendars. Don't forget about it. Now, you're with CISA, Community Involved with Sustaining Agriculture, and it's a great organization that makes sure that people are supporting the local farmers and, of course, involving the community.
Exactly. And we actually are really excited to be here because we want to show people how they can enjoy local food all year round. And we can do that by taking those berries that we pick fresh, and we can even just wash them up, dry them off, put them in a Ziploc bag, and put them in the freezer, and you can eat them all year round. It takes no effort at all. If you want to go a little bit more challenging, you can try to make some jam, and we're going to show folks how to do freezer jam today. It's really quite simple, and you don't have to be afraid of it. A lot of people are afraid, oh, I can't make it, it takes too much time.
It's intimidating to them.
It really is. But all you need is a few ingredients, and I'm going to have you start mashing up these blueberries right here in front of you. I already pre-mashed a few here. We are going to add some lemon juice to this, and we're going to add the sugar. And we'll add yours, Ashley, when you're done. We're going to mix this all up.
Okay.
And this actually is going to have to sit for about 10 minutes. So once we add yours, we're going to set this aside. And what you have to do to make jam gel, because of course you don't want soupy jam, right? You can't have soupy jam on PB&J. So you're going to take some water and put it in a pan. And we actually add pectin, and that's what helps jam gel. And you can buy everything, all these ingredients you get in your store. Just go to the grocery mart and you can buy ball pectin. There's other Certo pectin. But right now, we just turn the heat on this, we stir this together, and we have to bring it to a rolling boil. And all the time, I have to stir this, Ashley, because you don't want to burn it. It has to be really well combined. And when I say rolling boil, I mean to the point where you stir it and you can't get the bubbles to go away.
Right, so you can't be impatient. You have to wait for a nice boil.
You really do.
Okay.
And all of this patience is going to pay off because once we get it in the freezer, we can be eating this in, you know, August, December,
That is
January,
so great.
February.
Now, question for you.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to put sugar in, is there any other substitute that you can put for sugar, like natural cane sugar? Would any of that work?
Absolutely. You can do that. You can even do Splenda, and feel free. Let's put that right in this bowl. You can do Splenda. I will tell you that some of the substitute sugars do add a different flavor to the berry. But, you know, you can even use honey if you wanted to.
Oh, so, or agave or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. One of the tricks, okay, I realize there's a lot of sugar. Unfortunately, folks, the common recipe is sugar. But I do want you to know that you can feel comfortable to explore, okay? Now, what happens is if you don't use the recipe that they say, you have to then just kind of gauge how wet the fruit is, and it might be a little bit more loose, the jam. But honestly, you can kind of play around and test it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Until
it's perfect.
Yeah. And in the meantime, if you do have loose jam, it's happened to me many a time. Put it on some ice cream. You can put it in your yogurt. I mean, there are uses for it. You can even put it in baked goods. So say you were making a cake, you could actually put that loose jam.
Oh, the fresh jam.
See,
yeah,
the failures are even successes.
Just use it for something different. And we're almost out of time, but we do want to mention, too, that it's a lot cheaper to pick your own as well. So you're supporting local farmers, but it's cheaper.
It is.
And you get a lot more for your money.
You definitely do.
And when we come back, we're going to actually show you how to make the freezer jam and show the finished product.
We are.
Wonderful. Maybe even taste it. Looking forward to that.
That'd be great.
Thanks, Devon. We are back with Devon Whitney Deal. She's a Local Hero Member Services Coordinator. We are finishing up this freezer jam. We talked all about blueberry picking, almost raspberry picking time.
Yes.
But now let's finish up this blueberry jam.
Yeah, so we are fully at a boil. And folks, I know you can't really see this, but trust me, I cannot get these bubbles to go away. So just be careful, Ashley. I'm going to have you stir this in.
You bet. And the recipe will be on our website, mymassappeal.com, so if you want to try making it at home. And I think I want to try doing this.
I want you to. The kids will love it. Now, you're going to stir this for about 3 minutes. And by the way, folks, you weren't here. While this was boiling, I did let it boil for about 1 minute. You want it to boil for a minute so that all that pectin and water, come to the right temperature. So Ashley's going to stir this. And what we're going to do is, I highly recommend when making jam, you buy yourself one of these little fennels. Funnels, not fennel, funnels.
Fennel's good too, but not for this.
Yes, fennel is great as a roasted vegetable. But this makes putting the jam in the jars very easy.
Yeah, I could imagine that it would be very hard if you didn't have that.
I really didn't want to break down and spend the money, but after a year of not having it, I realized that was really stupid. So we are going to take a ladle. We'll pretend 3 minutes went by because we don't have that much time.
Right.
And we are just going to scoop it in.
So easy.
It's so easy. Now, if Ashley wanted to, she could have a little taste of this now, because
I want to. Is it going to be really hot?
It is going to be hot. So you may want to wait until we're done here. One thing I want to let people know right now, what I'm doing is I filled it a little too much. I was a little anxious. You need to leave headspace because we're freezing this and the jam is going to expand. So on these jars, you're going to see that there's a rim, and you really you want to leave that top of the rim open and available. So once you put that in there, you're going to put a lid on it.
Excuse me, Devon, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We're going to interrupt our programming for a special report from NBC.